Finding your personal style is a lifelong journey, and it shifts many times over the course of your life. But as you get a little older, there are some things that you do that don't accent and accentuate positively the things about your body that you love. And I want to talk to you today about some fashion faux pas that you can make as you get a little older and what you can do as an alternative. My name is Margaret Manning with 60andMe, and I appreciate you being here today. This is a conversation that I love to have because I see so many women who are trying to adjust their personal style to a new way of living as they get older, and there's some little things you can do to make the big difference. Now, our sponsor for today's show is Easy Spirit. Easy Spirit is a shoe company that's been making fashionable and beautiful shoes for women for many years, and they've got some amazing new styles now that give you style and comfort. And you can check out their website, easyspirit.com, and also in the description of this video you can find a promotional code for a 20% discount. So check it out and look at their fantastic shoes and be comfortable in the shoes that you wear. It's important to them. Now, this topic about style involves shoes as well, and it's again that conversation between comfort and style. And I think that my conversation with Melanie Payge, who is a fashion style artist in Milan, sat down with me and talked about some of the things that she would say are, well, she calls them faux pas. They're not really mistakes because truthfully, there are no mistakes in clothing at any age. You wear what you like. And so I wouldn't call them problems or mistakes, but they're just things that Melanie thinks are ways that we don't accentuate our positive assets and maybe do things that, that can take away from the beautiful person that we are, regardless of our shape. That is the most important thing. And she also does talk a lot about body shape, knowing your body shape and embracing it and loving it and knowing that it's part of you but you can do things to kind of make it make the most of it. The first thing she says in terms of pulling the attraction or the attention away from the things you want to show up because they're good assets that you have is your underwear, your bra. And she said that's one of our biggest mistakes. In fact, it was one of the first comments that she made when I sat down with her about my bra, because I wasn't wearing a bra that was really flattering. Having a nice bra makes you feel poised and ready to sort of take on the world. I mean, it does make you feel better when you feel that comfort and support, but also wearing something that's comfortable. So you choosing a flat bra with plenty of support is probably the best one. Those the ones that are not too padded and too misshapen, the ones that are more natural. And the best color is always beige. Now, Melanie raised a point with me that, for example, a white bra could even be seen under a white shirt, the outline. So the best color is always to go with a flesh tone and go with, maybe black if you're wearing black clothes, of course, but, wear a bra that matches your skin color. Save your beautiful, sexy underwear for the people that you want to show it to, and just wear comfortable, well-shaped, lightweight bras that you're comfortable in. So bras, well-fitting, take some time to do it right. Go to a shop and have it done properly, and then just when you find that bra, buy two. That's my advice, because and buy a black one, perhaps, and a beige one. I found my favorite one, and I really love wearing it. The second thing is not to wear underwear with a seam. And I never really noticed this until I realized that some of my tights do have like a ridge along them. And when you're wearing that with a dress that's like a jersey or a lightweight, you can see that rim. And so be careful that you buy underwear that's not got seams, especially on your tights, but also on your underwear, like your underpants. And make sure that they fit you. It's better to make sure that they have fit a little looser than tight, because the tight will show that seam against a fabric that's a little lighter. Another thing that she mentioned was liners in shoes. Let's talk about shoes for a second. And I never really noticed this until she pointed it out, and that is that a lot of women wear a liner, like, in the summer months, wear a liner in their shoe to protect their feet that's a different color than their shoe. So they'll wear like a beige with like a red shoe, or a white with a black shoe. And maybe the most convenient thing they've got thinking that it's not noticed, but it actually does show. And it just kind of shows, it doesn't show up the accent of the beautiful shoe. It just draws attention to something you probably don't want to draw your attention to. So use a toe piece instead if it's just you want to keep your toes, sort of from getting too sweaty in the hot weather. But that's another thing, maybe more for a summer look, but it's an important one. And it's these small things that Melanie talks about. I mean, she is, of course, a stylist, so she notices everything, which is great. And it's not really a faux pas that you have to feel bad about. It's just one little thing you can do. Another thing that Melanie talks about is not using a belt to hold up your trousers or your pants. Just, your belt, it doesn't need to be in the loops and tied up with your blouse tucked in. It doesn't look very particularly attractive if you've got a bit of a stomach. You want something that covers that and makes you feel a little bit more, sort of comfortable and relaxed. So use a belt if you love belts as a decorative piece on a dress, but don't use it to hold up your pants. So, for example, I've got a black and white polka dot dress, which I really like in the summer months, and I actually use it for travel because it's kind of a multi-function. But I have a red belt, so I use the red belt with the black and white polka dot, and it's a pretty belt. It's not too wide, and it looks really pretty. It's just a bit of color that's added to an outfit. So a belt is, according to Melanie, just an accessory, and we should and would and could. I feel like I'm not honestly preaching. You wear what you like, but if you want to just think about it, use a belt as an accessory and not as something to hold up your trousers or your pants. Another thing, this is one that I kind of disagreed with Melanie on, but on reflection, I agree, and that is scarves. Melanie doesn't actually like scarves very much. She prefers that we just wear a small scarf or something that you bring around your neck and put to the back, have it hanging down the back. Just a little bit of color, a band of color, like a big necklace. It's sort of like that. And in fact, you can make a scarf into a necklace by tying little knots. I do that sometimes. But she says that for older women, we start to get these little wrinkles and things going on. So we want something that's a little bit less obtrusive. And a big scarf, in her opinion, is not flattering for an older neckline. And unfortunately, a lot of the shops now, and if you go to the younger high street shops, you'll see that the scarves are literally this wide and huge. I mean, they're a sarong. You could actually wear them as a dress, but people who are younger can wrap them round and round and round, and they've got maybe a longer neck, and they've got, it just looks better. But with an older person's neckline, Melanie's advice is to not go with those super mega large scarves that make you feel like you're kind of, covered up to here, but to use something lightweight and silk and beautiful that just really gives a chance for the color to do its job, which is to brighten your face, which again, your skin tone changes as you get a little older. So that's another thing, to use scarves which have lovely color in them to accent your face and hair, which is maybe lighter gray, than to use a big scarf. What else? Wearing, leggings. My second favorite topic. Okay, many of you will disagree, and I appreciate and respect your opinion. I actually must admit, I like leggings. I wore them for a long time, and Melanie pointed out very wisely that, I ignored her advice, and I just wore leggings forever. But she said, of course, if you've got a bit of extra weight on your waist or heavy thighs or legs, that, leggings are just so, they accent all the bumps and all the little imperfections, if you want to call them imperfections, but they just show everything. And they are okay, she said, if you want to wear a nice, reasonable weight, not a lightweight, but a reasonably weighted tunic that covers them, goes down to, maybe just above your knees, and you can use them under a dress. I actually do wear leggings I have a couple of dresses that are just a little bit too short, and I wear the leggings just to give me a bit of extra fabric under my knees, just down to my mid-calf, like a capri, not a full legging. But, Melanie's advice is, honestly, if you're not a slim person with very nice legs, nice being, sort of straight and the same kind of what does she say? It's like There's a calculation. If your ankle or something is, your leg is twice as wide as your ankle, okay to wear leggings. But in any case, think about it, because they're not right for every body style. And I honestly now took the advice of another blogger that I read about, which is, or I watched her video, which is to wear joggers. Not jeggings or those ones that tend to be like a legging, but joggers, which are just jogging pants. And I bought a pair that are just, they're almost as fitting as a legging, but they come out a bit from your leg and they go down to your ankle, and they have pockets and they just look straighter. And for me, I think they look nicer. But leggings is definitely one that Melanie, our fashion stylist, advised against, unless you've got very, very young, attractive legs. Because then they actually look good. She said that if they show your imperfections, again, it's back to imperfections. What you consider an imperfection might be completely different than what she did. So don't take this advice if you are comfortable wearing leggings. But I think the point is, know your style and know what's comfortable for you, and wear it with confidence and wear it with a smile. And it's interesting. We have this deck of cards, Aging Beautifully deck of cards, and in there we've actually got 3 cards that talk about fashion, which I love, which is, find your own style. It's got like a paragraph about it on the back, but find your own style, whatever it is. Ignore all of this if it doesn't fit you. Embrace your sensual self with the underwear. Just respect that having good underwear and underwear that fits, it embraces your sensual self. You feel good. And then finally, and maybe this is the most important, is love your body. Just love your body and wear the clothes and the accessories that suit you and that make you feel like, you. But I hope you found this useful. Do you agree with these fashion faux pas that we mentioned? Do you have any that you disagree with? Let's have a conversation. But thanks again for being here, everybody. I look forward to talking to you again about fashion and beauty and all other topics of interest to women in their 60s. Take good care. Bye-bye for now.